At least 8 to 10 people are feared dead and more than 20 others have been injured after a massive explosion ripped through a firecracker factory in the Tonkala area near Maxi Road in Devas district, Madhya Pradesh, triggering a devastating fire and sending shockwaves across the region. Notably, the incident took place inside a fireworks manufacturing unit located near Tonkala village, where a large number of workers, mostly women, were engaged in routine production work when the explosion suddenly occurred. And according to the early inputs, the blast was so powerful that it was heard several kilometers away, and the impact immediately engulfed the entire factory in flames, leaving little to no time for workers to escape. An initial report suggests that the explosion may have occurred during the process of mixing chemicals used in gunpowder preparation. Locals present near the site stated that the two chemical substances were being handled when something went wrong, triggering a sudden blast, and the explosion reportedly occurred just 15 to 20 minutes before the lunch break, when workers were still inside the premises. Eyewitnesses said that food had already been delivered to some workers, but after the blast, chaos broke out as people abandoned everything and ran for their lives. The force of the explosion caused severe destruction inside the factory. Witnesses described a horrifying scene where parts of the bodies were reportedly thrown several feet away due to the intensity of the blast. Thick smoke quickly spread across the area and several workers suffered critical burn injuries, and many of the injured were rescued in extremely serious condition and rushed to Devas District Hospital, while those in critical condition were later referred to hospital in Indore for advanced treatment. Officials confirmed that at least 2 to 3 deaths have been verified so far, but early reports and local accounts suggest that the death toll could rise to 8 to 10 or even more as rescue operations continue and more information emerges. Several people are still feared trapped or missing inside the debris, adding to the concerns that the final casualty count may increase. And according to the local reports, around 15 to 20 workers were present in the immediate blast zone at the time of the explosion, while the overall workforce at the factory may have ranged anywhere between 200 and 500 employees. Many of the workers were women, and reports also indicate that some workers have not yet been accounted for, further deepening fears about the scale of the devastating tragedy. And following the explosion, panic spread rapidly across the surrounding village areas. A massive plume of smoke was seen rising from the factory, visible from a long distance. Local residents rushed to the site even before emergency services arrived and attempted to help rescue trapped workers. Fire brigade teams, police personnel and administrative officials soon reached the spot and began intensive rescue and firefighting operations in order to control the blaze and prevent further explosions. The factory premises were later cordoned off as authorities launched a formal investigation into the incident. Senior administrative officials, including district police and civil administration teams, visited the site in order to oversee rescue efforts and assess the entire damage. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation, though preliminary suspicion points towards improper handling or ignition of firecracker chemicals. Tensions also escalated in the area after villagers reportedly garroted senior administrative officials, including the divisional commissioner, alleging negligence and inaction despite earlier concerns raised about the factory's operations. Locals claim that safety standards were not properly enforced and that repeated warnings had been ignored. Authorities have now begun a detailed inquiry into whether the factory was operating with proper licenses and whether safety protocols were followed during the manufacturing process. Officials have stated that strict action will be taken if any violations are found. And at present, rescue operations continue at the site and medical teams are closely monitoring the condition of the injured. And the situation remains tense as officials work to confirm the exact number of casualties and ensure that all the affected workers receive urgent medical care. And the tragic incident has left the entire region in shock, with fears that the death toll may still rise as more details emerge from the site. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.